everything is on the line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they head into their final game of the season at home against the Carolina Panthers. A rare Saturday matchup, a division title still within reach, and no margin for error. After losing 7 of their last 8 games, Tampa Bay needed a spark, and they may have found one at the last possible moment. Just one day before kickoff, the Buccaneers made a surprise move by activating defensive lineman Calijah Kancey off injured reserve. It is a stunning development considering how bleak his outlook looked earlier in the year. Kancey, a former first-round pick, has been sidelined since early in the season with a serious pectoral injury that many believed would end his year entirely. At the time, the news felt devastating. Tampa Bay's defense has struggled all season to establish any consistency or identity, and losing one of its most disruptive interior players only made things worse. Early reports confirmed surgery, long-term recovery, and a presumed season-ending timeline. For months, Kancey's return felt like wishful thinking. Then, quietly, optimism began to grow. Over the past few weeks, whispers emerged that a late-season comeback was possible. When the team opened his practice window, hope turned into reality. Now, against all expectations, Kancey is active with the season hanging in the balance. When healthy, his impact is undeniable. Despite missing significant time last year, he still led the team in sacks and flashed the explosive first step that made him such a high draft pick. His return, even for one game, gives Tampa Bay much-needed juice up front and sends a message to the locker room that no one is quitting on this season. The Buccaneers did not stop there. Veteran edge rusher Jason Pierre-Paul was also elevated to the active roster, adding experience, leadership, and pass rush depth to a unit desperate for pressure. The moves signal urgency and belief, even after weeks of disappointment. Still, questions follow Kancey. Injuries have defined the early part of his career, costing him large chunks of multiple seasons. Fair or not, that reality has put pressure on his reputation. Before this season, Kancey spoke confidently about his future, believing a fully healthy year could put him among the league's sack leaders. That vision will now have to wait. This game is about survival. Lose, and the season ends. Win, and hope remains, depending on results elsewhere. For Kancey, it is also a chance to remind everyone why he was drafted so high and why the Buccaneers are still invested in his future. One game may not change everything, but in a season defined by setbacks, his return could be the moment that gives Tampa Bay a fighting chance when it matters most.